Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. My name is Rick. These are my teammates, Eclair and He. We're Team Bridge, and we're here to talk about our product, which is a web-based platform aimed to help designers discover, learn, and bridge their understanding of HCI knowledge, also by allowing them to share their experiences with these sources and their stories with academics. And to start off, there's currently a lot of work being done in both UX industry and HCI academia, and sort of helping impact society. But even both sides are currently kind of working towards the same goal. Sometimes there's a gap that kind of prevents them to sort of have similar conversations with each other. And this gap kind of prevents some crucial ideas and knowledge to be kind of shared for designs for the future. Here we have up on the screen an employee from a notable company actually reaching out to an academic in a comment section of an article they published, thanking them for sharing information that they otherwise would have missed. So why aren't both sides kind of having more of these discussions openly? Or why is it so kind of hard to kind of get to that point? If more communication is happening around topics such as like machine learning and accessibility in tech, we can see how pulling from these sort of common knowledge sources could also definitely help the future of developing products and designs. So through our research, we found that academic and industry communities definitely accelerate knowledge discovery and how you engage with this knowledge. And also there's a clear opportunity in building bridges for both industry and academia and sort of this demographic to build small bridges and sort of capitalize on that, as opposed to these conversations happening only occasionally in comment sections, Slack groups, Google groups, and so on. And another way to sort of capitalize on this is to create a direct line of communication with them and through a shared vocabulary. So these shared vocabularies allow both industry and academia to share elements amongst each other and have, continue that discourse. So we envision a world where both of these, areas can play with each other and openly share their ideas with each other and stories. So with that being said, we'd like to introduce you to Bridge.
For designers, being tasked with an unfamiliar problem can be overwhelming. And while seeing it in action can help, there's still so much more to discover and learn. Bridge helps designers and academics share their resources and experiences with one another. Designers can discover popular UX topics like augmented reality and related subtopics. They can find trending academic papers and featured sources from industry within that space. Designers can read the stories behind the research and learn more about the academics' backgrounds and interests. After reading the paper, they can share what they learned, how their understanding of the topic improved, and their experiences with the paper directly to the academic. This allows the academics to see the impact of their work out in the world and continue the discourse. Discover, learn, bridge.
Through Bridge, we make it easy to discover trending research papers and leading academics in popular UX topics. It was clear from iterative user testing that we needed to capitalize on discovery as a way to build an appetite for designers to engage with academics and their sources. By showcasing the high-level topics up front, Bridge promotes serendipitous search of popular topics in industry and academia as a way to explore and engage users and also appeal to their genuine curiosity. For these popular topics, Bridge provides a general explanation before letting users dig deeper into the subtopics. There, they can discover trending papers, those recommended by other academics, and also the leading academics that contribute most to our platform. Since we identified through our conversations with academics and people in industry, we knew that conversations between people were key in new knowledge discovery. So that's why we knew Bridge needed to facilitate ways designers could find and reach out to these academics to get the clarity and resources that they want and need. And it was from our own conversations with both academics and designers where we found out just how powerful stories were in allowing the academics to explain their work and for designers to learn how the research could shape their understanding of these important problems. So Bridge uses storytelling to drive this new way that people could learn from academic research. So after seeing an interesting paper and its overview, the designer gets taken directly to the story behind the research, as opposed to just an overview of the finding. The expert summary allows the academics to explain the reason behind their work and how they hope that their work can help others. Designers can also learn by reading from other stories and experiences with the research itself. Bridge highlights both perspectives with the research to allow academia and industry to relate to one another better and see from these stories how and why they can use the research right away. And we integrate these personal stories on the public academic profile to help designers learn about the academics from a more people-oriented perspective. Designers can learn about the academics' passions and also how they got into the field. It also acts as a portal to resources that are important to them. They can highlight their favorite research papers from their colleagues and also popular sources that are recommended to them by designers. We knew from our interviews that designers really wanted to equally contribute to this wealth of HCI knowledge that exists out there. And so that's why Bridge puts mutual knowledge sharing at the forefront, allowing designers and academia to talk to one another better and highlight materials to matter to them, and showcasing the strong connection that exists in the work that both communities do in connecting and helping people.
But Bridge is not just about connecting knowledge. It's about connecting people and communities. It's about asking the question and getting response, starting a dialogue by sharing direct experiences between both communities. After reading the paper, Bridge allows designers to leave direct feedback and share to the academics what they use the research for, how their understanding of the topic have improved, which parts of the paper helped them most, and which parts were unclear to them. Oftentimes, from our research, the academics don't know who has used their work or what impact has left on those in the industry. We learned from talking to the academic expert that numbers don't always mean much. Seeing that 100 people have downloaded your paper or that 200 other people have cited your paper just doesn't hold the same weight as seeing that one story on how the paper helped improve the reader's knowledge. Bridge shares readers' experiences with the paper so the academics can actually gauge the impact that they have left and see who and how they have helped. As the academics read and absorb the stories behind how their work has helped others, they in turn can use the feedback to inform how they may tell the stories of the research in the future. Through this direct response to the feedback, Bridge showcased the power of continued conversation in helping both academia and industry improve their own practices. It's this discourse that will not only contribute to a richer and more collaborative wealth of HCI knowledge, but allow all future design work influenced by Bridge to be rigorous and impactful for the end users. And while creating Bridge, we faced many hurdles that changed the way we view the relationship between the industry and academia. And honestly, there are moments that we bit a little bit more than we could chew. As designers, we still felt the need to add more to the conversations from a designer's perspective, while also gaining a rich understanding of the academic story. Through iterations and persistence, we were reminded of the value of education, exploration, and discussion, pushing us to highlight these values throughout all aspects of Bridge. And before you leave this auditorium, I want to send you home with this quote from Andy Ko, one of our academic experts. "The little bridges can't be too big, otherwise you can't cross them. They also can't be too small, otherwise they're not motivating." We hope that we can use these little bridges to motivate both sides to discover and learn from one another, bridging the academic and design communities little by little towards a prosperous future. And with that, we would like to thank all the academic experts at UW from the Information School, from the Human Centered Design Engineering Department, from the Computer Science and Engineering School, all the instructors from the MSc AD program, our sponsor Frog, who've all helped us along this entire journey. And of course, we will not be able to be here with all of our friends and family in the audience. From all of us from Team Bridge, thank you. And we would like to open the floor for questions.